expected you hours ago, hero. It's not polite to keep an assassin waiting. I was wondering how long it was going to take Vea to convince you to follow me. But she thought I didn't notice when she glanced at my writ, didn't she? Where is my overly curious apprentice, by the way? I know Vea wants answers, but this is my job. There are rules, especially where the lords of the great houses are concerned. There might be a way to deal with this, though, provided you're willing to help. First, don't kill any Redrens. That's a violation of my writ and could have serious consequences for both of us. Second, you sneak around and search for anything that pertains to Ulron's exile while I figure out... We need to be invisible. These things work best when no one but the target knows we're there. If you get spotted, you're on your own. I even cough on anyone without a writ, and the Morag Tong will have my head. It's unusual, but not unheard of. True, most writs taken out against the houses target low to mid-ranking officials. The Grand Councillor Dovera has been conspiring with House Drez to promote the slave trade and avoid scrutiny by Redren and Pact officials. I'm not privy to the laborious investigations that took place. In cases like these, though, the target usually becomes... That's the question, isn't it? It nags at us the way the torchbug nags at the brave little scrib in those children's stories. I'm not saying that. Accidents happen. But they certainly made sure Ulron was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Both in Balmora and... Riven's name keeps coming up. At the very least, he was Ulron's best friend once. He might be able to shed some light on Ulron and what happened to cause his exile. And I really want to know what... Vea's my apprentice, and I'll decide when she's ready to take on a mission. She's been through a lot. That's how it works. Her actions are my actions. Vea goes out and executes 3 writs. There have to be. My order came this close to being eliminated. It's only recently that we've started to make a comeback. This looks promising. Might even lead to the wine cellars. I could use a good bottle of wine.
I don't have to explain something I never said.
Did you see his new bow? That must have cost him. See what you can find pertaining to Huron. I've got a dagger and a writ with Councillor Dolvara's name on them. Did you see his new bow? That must have cost him.
the dead will see an end to this.
If we don't find anything, maybe we can ask for an invitation to the upcoming council meeting. I'm sure they'd be happy to answer our questions. Nine times out of 10, the cynics are right. So House Redoran issued an advisory against the Morag Tong? Fat lot of good that's going to do the Councillor. luck. I was hoping for a quick stab and go, but it seems the Councillor might actually know something about Ulron. So Councillor Dulvra does know something about Vea's brother. Damn it all. Now I suppose you want to actually talk. Of course we do. I specifically waited for you to arrive because I figured that would be the case. Still doesn't mean I'm happy about it. We discovered that the next meeting of the High Council will take place at the consulate outside Balmra. That means we have to get Dulvra to spill her guts before I spill her guts. Just keep your wits about you, hero. Dulvra wields her feminine charms the way I wield my daggers. Don't let us... According to my sources, be quick with your questions, hero. When I slip in, so do my daggers.
You must be here about those pesky patrol schedules. After all that clandestine correspondence, it's a pleasure to finally meet you in person. Now, come closer so we can celebrate our partnership in a proper fashion. Well, look at you. I'm impressed. The last... Oh, you do you? And why in Oblivion would I tell you anything about that? You're obviously not my afternoon appointment. You'd best take your leave before I... Ulron's dead? That's news to me. Everyone knew Ulron cared more about those savages than he did for members of his own house.
That's what you're wearing? All right, but it's your funeral.
How dare you! I'm a lord of House Redorin, the Morag Tong.
The Morag Tong issued the writ with your name on it. You do remember that House Redorin frowns upon slavery these days, yes? Take another look around, hero, and see if you can find anything else related to Ulron. Alakir massage oils? Fancy. But that has nothing to do with Ulron. More proof that Dulvra was in bed with both House Hlaalu and House Drez. That's Captain Briven's seal. I suppose our evil counselor courted favor wherever she could find it. The good Captain Briven appears to be more involved in Ulron's fate than I had imagined. He never struck me as the type to use murder and deceit to get ahead, but that's the problem with greed. It causes decent people to make stupid... Or he's trying to hide something. The letter mentioned an intact squad sent to scout the old fort. You need to get out there and see what those soldiers... I suppose. She's probably pulled tight as a bowstring waiting to hear something. Go talk to Vea while I present my writ to the authorities. I can't wait to see the look on the Redorin...
Only the dead will see an end to this war. On my bad side.
Tell that stupid Swift to watch his back.
Back again? Took your sweet. What good is that going to do? They won't speak to us. House before family and all that. Believe me, I'm more than familiar with Redoran honor. Still, I suppose I know a few ways to get people to talk. More rules. I thought we were beyond those kinds of limitations. Look, I need to figure out who's responsible for Ulrin's death. House councillors? Riven was Ulrin's best friend. Would he really betray my brother? Regardless. So which soldiers are we talking about? I know most of the people my brother used to work with. Eyewitnesses are better than notes in the house registry, provided I can actually get them to talk to me. There's no time to waste. That fort's near the cave where I was hiding. Last time I was there, the fort was crawling with cultists. We need to find them before Vatala and his soldiers wind up sacrificed to some Daedric prince. We'll get Vatala and his soldiers killed. I know the process. Turning in a writ can take hours, maybe even an entire day. Let me gather my gear and write a note for Nariu. I'll meet you near the Hlormoran stronghold. The more I think about it, as far as I'm concerned, rules got my brother killed. They don't apply to me anymore. Besides, that's what the handbook says. Look, I know what Nariu's done for me. To keep me safe, I appreciate that. No, never. You and Nariu aren't my enemies. I just need to get justice for Ulran. Otherwise his death will be the first. I know Vatala. He's a typical Redoran soldier. Loyal to a fault. Always spouting nonsense about how Ulran had a habit of putting the needs of others ahead of his own. He probably told Vatala. You're here, I'm here, the damn cultists are here. You know who isn't here? Vatala. Nariu's probably busy clearing her writ, and we don't have time to wait. This opportunity to learn more about... Fine. You wait for Nariu. I'm going to go and... Their orders were to scout the old stronghold. I suggest we... Corporal Darvel. I knew him. But the others, they're civilians. They must have taken Tellem's soldiers inside. Let's find the soldiers and get out of here before these stupid cultists realize what's happening.
Who's that? We won't let you take us without a fight. Wait, Vaya, is that you?
Thank the three! You're all still alive!
I'm not sure what you and Vaya are doing here, but let us out. Then we can return Vaya to her father. This isn't the time or the place to have that discussion. Get the key to this. One of the cultists carries the key.
You find the key. Me and Vatala. We're going to have a little chat while we're waiting.
Vaya, I'm just trying to protect you.
From what? The truth? Oh, please. I want to know who did this to my brother.
bargains. Freya, wait! You can't leave us like this! I knew I shouldn't have told Veya the truth. I told her what she wanted to hear. I was with Captain Ulran the day everything happened. I was commanded. My orders were to invite the Ashlanders to Balmora. Captain Briven, though he was still a lieutenant at the time. As soon as I explained all this to Veya, her face turned dark and she stormed out of here. I think she's going to... Thank you. Now, get to Balmora and stop Veya before she does something she'll regret.
Ashlanders. The Tribunal should have wiped them out ages ago.
Get your ass over here, hero. We've got a situation and it's not good. Get your ass over here, hero. We've got a situation and it's not good. I leave you and Veya alone for a couple of hours and everything goes to oblivion in an ore cart. Why did Veya leave the safe house? And why is... You did what? I suppose you thought that was a good idea? Well, the damage... That explains why Veya broke into the kin house. I'm not sure what happened in there, but she certainly stirred up the Redrin soldiers. If Veya kills Briven without a writ, the Morag Tong and House Red...
streets, search the buildings. Vea Releth does not leave this city.
Have I offended the three?
What's the meaning of this? Where are the soldiers? If you're looking for my husband, I'll tell you the same thing that I told that brazen young woman. The council is meeting outside Balmora. I could barely make sense of the nonsense she was spouting. It was Vea, Councillor Eris's daughter. Everything she said was She had a knife, but no, she didn't harm me. She said her brother wouldn't hurt an innocent, that I wasn't responsible for his death. You shouldn't get involved. That young woman will hasten her own death if she thinks she can get past my husband and his soldiers. But if you insist... Dead soldiers? They were just protecting the kin house. I'll go stay with my sister in Vivec. Riven is the finest soldier I know. He'll set Vea straight. I'm sure of it.
I'm at my wit's end.
Please tell me you found Vea. I can already feel the cold steel. Is Vea trying to get herself killed? You can't just barge into a Redren garrison and ask the soldiers to stand aside while you murder their captain? We have to... She murdered soldiers without a writ. This is a dark path she's decided to follow. I don't like the looks of this. Brivin is using war claws to patrol the garrison instead of veteran soldiers. Either House forces are stretched thinner than I thought, or maybe nothing, maybe everything. We know Ulron refused to employ mercenaries. He hated counting on the war claws may be a blessing in disguise. I can explain killing these bastards a lot easier than trying to wipe Redwin blood off my hands. There's no stealthy way to approach this. The front door's our only option. Then we track down Brivin, find Vea, bonk her on the head. Glad to see we all made it. Now let's find Brivin before Vea skewers him. Like many Redoran structures, this place is huge and designed to serve a multitude of purposes. We're going to need to split up to cover it all. He's going to be as mad as a bullnetch and twice as ugly, provided we can actually convince him we're here to save his sorry hide and that we're not part of a plot to kill him and the counselors. Nothing yet, eh? I hear voices behind this door, but it's locked tight. Keep looking, hero. I haven't so much as heard or seen even a whisper of Brivin yet. Just lots of snarling war claws. It's always important to figure out where a target keeps its wine. In this case, down in the cellars. There's a staircase back where we first came in, and I'll figure out how to get this door open, just in case. You know...
You will give Khajiit some moon sugar, yes?
Captain Brivin is on his way. Soon we'll have a permanent job in House Redoran, yes? Kill the intruders. They have interfered for the last time.
yourself! What in the name of the three are you up to? I thought you worked for Councillor Eris. You better have a damn good reason for killing the mercenary leader. I ought to sound the alarm and let her warriors deal with the likes of you. Vea? She's barely out from under her mother's apron and she presumes to judge my actions? No matter. Whatever your motives, nothing just... now everything becomes clear. Vea learned something of her brother's fate and wants to retaliate. Then let her come. But know this, you're looking for the responsible party. Then look no further than Councillor Eris. He wanted to prove his son's loyalty to the House. To show a test Ulrun failed. Eris was devastated when his son sided with the savages, and his daughter ran away. He decided to
That's for Ulrun. Choke on your own blood, you bastard. My father, the entire council, they're all guilty. They all have to die. I have to do this, so stay out of my way.
Vea actually did it. She killed Brivin in cold blood. Vea killed Brivin without a writ. It was pure, focused rage. I never expected her to go through with it. If Vea doesn't get herself killed up there, the Morag Tong will hunt. I'm not sure they deserve to be saved, but that's what we have to do. Vea can't be allowed to kill the councillors. We have to stop her. It's more than me and Vea's lives. The Morag Tong only recently began to find acceptance again. Vea's actions don't just reflect badly on me. They could be used to force us back into the shadows, maybe even disband us all together. We have to get ahead of her. Cut her off. There's a door on the main floor, near the kitchens, that should allow us to come...
When the new moon rises, the Khajiit will leave the Dominion.
Khajiit does not like growing old, but the alternative is worse.
Do not test me, unclawed fool.
Nothing's more important than reaching the council meeting. If the mercenaries get in our way, cut them down.
Everyone, calm down. Councillor Eris will deal with this. We're safe in here. There's no need to panic.
No need to panic. She's cut down every mercenary in her way. Her father won't be able to stop her.
Vea's getting close. We're running out of time. Let me try to open this door.
Vea, daughter. I'm so sorry. I
never meant for any of this to happen.
Come on, stubborn, stupid look.
Father, why? Does the house really matter more than your own son?
I needed to protect Ulron, to prove his loyalty. If I could do it all over again.
But you can't! None of us can. That's why
They
I
all
have
know
to do this.
that's an order.
I'm not your apprentice anymore. The house has grown corrupt, evil. That's why all the counselors have to die. No more rules! No more secrets! House Redoran falls today.
Enough, Thea. This isn't the way. Thea's down. It's over.
So much bloodshed. So much needless death. If only Eris would have listened. Outlander, we should speak. I think we can help one another. The Morag Tong agent. She cares deeply for Veya, doesn't she? It takes great courage to go against your heart and do what you know is best. You both did that by protecting the Council. For that, you have my thanks. A series of regrettable decisions led to this family tragedy, and most of them were made by Eris Relith. I knew of Ulron's compassion concerning the Ashlanders. It was unorthodox, but not with Eris convinced Briven to test Ulron. Then the two of them decided to slaughter the Ashlanders. Oh, the Council allowed itself to be convinced that exile was an appropriate punishment, But we were wrong to let it go as far as it did. I didn't say that, but we're not butchers. We do not hire mercenary thugs to wipe out an entire people. This gathering was to deal with that. House Redorin behaved poorly. Morag Tong rules were violated. I suggest we make sure these details never see the light of day. Cooperate with House Redorin and hold your tongues. It's as simple as that.
I'm not sure about this. It's a generous offer, but those are some big... The High Counselor thinks we killed her. The deal hinges upon all of us forgetting this sorry mess ever happened. Besides, once Vea regains her senses, there's every likelihood that she'll try to kill the counselors again. When have I ever been able to convince Vea to do anything she didn't want to do? There's Redorin blood on Vea's hands. Once the Morag Tong ties those unauthorized murders to her, I don't see many options. We can either finish off Vea now, and go along with the High Counselor's deception, or we slip out of here with Vea. Yes, you're right, damn it all. Vea spilled Redorin blood, and now she has to pay. I'll take care of it. I need to do this alone. Now go. I'll see you in Bolmora. More deaths, more blood on my hands. Just another day in the Morag Tong, eh, hero? Vea died quickly. I didn't want her to suffer any more than she already had. This was for the best. If I keep telling myself that, maybe I'll eventually believe it. And my head's still attached to my beautiful neck, so that... There's always a choice. Vea could have chosen not to kill Redorin soldiers. She could have chosen not to kill her father. I could have chosen not to kill her. But hey, it seemed like the thing to do. Now leave me alone, so I... What do you want, hero? You want me to say that you're right? Fine. You're right, damn it. We'll all keep more secrets, and everything will go back to the way it was. Really? Is this what justice feels like? My apprentice killed her own father, and I killed her. We've got a lot of death, but not much else. Just another typical day in the Morog. Always, hero. Oh, hey, I want you to have this. Something to remember Vea by. For an Outlander, I think she kind of liked you. I suppose I kind of like you too. Really, I'm not always this morose. Next time we meet, you'll see. Take care, hero. I need a nice warm bath. I hear the ones in Vivec are spectacular. I'd ask you to join me, but there's barely going to be enough room for me and my hangover.